on this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome to everybody who joined the session and a lot of people who are joining also. Wow. It's my pleasure to actually come on every Thursday and to share wellness concepts with all of you. And today's topic is very, very important for all of us. One very important reason why is this topic, I'm very, very attached to it, is because it gives a full dimension to our health. So if you really, really want to understand our health and wellness, especially how to understand where we stand currently in terms of wellness, having a broader understanding of these 8 dimensions, very, very critical. So myself, Dr. Shafi, I'm the category manager for Amezcua range of products from QNet. As you know, Amezcua offers fantastic products like BioDisc 3, the pendant that I'm wearing, Chi Pendant 4. We have BioLite 3, and we have millions of users all over the world. And of course, in all our training sessions, we talk about products, we talk about how amazing they are, how amazing the people testimonies are, the stories are. But I want to give a complete different understanding to you in terms of the way that you look at yourself. Okay, we are all human beings. We have one life, isn't it? And our life, okay, depends on, literally, it is in our hand. Our wellness, our health is literally in our hands. So that's the reason why having the understanding of 8 dimensions very, very critical and crucial. So with the help of this session, okay, it may take 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'll open up the floor for questions. We are going to achieve balance and fulfillment in our life. And we will also see along the line how Amezcua products can fit into this particular setup that we are going to discuss. Okay, so let's start. What is wellness? Okay, it is quite different from health. Okay, WHO defines health as physical, mental, and spiritual, balancing of these dimensions or aspects of your life, absence of disease. There are various definitions, right? But wellness is a dynamic and it's a continuous process. You don't stop one day and say that I'm healthy, I'm doing good, and then you stop. It is a continuous process and evolving process. And you are going to balance various aspects of your life. And ultimately, our goal is to achieve overall well-being. Okay, if you're able to understand, it is not one day job or just for 1 week. It is a continuous process. And you are the evaluator of yourself. You are going to listen to your body. You are going to listen to the signs and symptoms your body is giving it to you. And you're also going to evaluate your various dimensions, where you are lacking, where you are actually doing better, where you need to improve, and all this stuff. So why this holistic wellness is so important right now? It is because today our life, if you look at even with the pandemic also, it is clearly evident that we don't have balance. We don't have proper immune system. We don't have, so many things can go wrong just like that. Okay, with one small, minute, can't even see that virus can literally, shaken our planet for few years, like 2.5, 3 years. So we need a resilient and enhanced quality of life. And you are able to know how to manage your stress. You need to be self-aware. And also you need to know how to improve yourself. And along the way, I'm going to also share where our Amezcua products can fit into this entire dimensions of understanding our health and wellness. Okay, so Amezcua products, basically we are using the nature, the principles from nature. We are using the science and we are converting them into products. So that's the reason why we say innovative solutions from nature. The science of nature is Amezcua. Now I'm introducing the 8 dimensions. Many people, when I ask this question, what are the dimensions of our wellness? Like, we know that there is a physical health is very, very important. There is a mental health is also very, very important, and spiritual health. After these 3, most of us will stop and say, "Hey, I don't know further. I only know physical, mental, and then, okay, spiritual. But what about various other remaining five? Because we're talking about 8 dimensions, right? So if you actually look at, there is something called social wellness. There is something called occupational wellness. There is intellectual wellness, environmental wellness, emotional wellness, financial wellness. I'm sure when you heard about financial wellness, I'm sure your antennas will go up, right? Because QNet offers a phenomenal compensation plan that can literally fulfill a common man's dream to become an entrepreneur. And amazing, right? So we are talking about 8 different aspects of our life. And the beautiful part of it, everything is interdependent. That means if it's one is affected, it can affect other dimensions also. So I really, really want you to give attention to this presentation, because I'm going to touch each of these dimensions, what exactly it is, and what are the practical ways that you can maintain, or you can improve, or you can assess this particular dimension of the wellness. So when I take you through the first one, you will understand the layout. Okay. Number one is physical wellness. If I ask you what is physical wellness, I am sure everybody in this Zoom session, you can answer this particular thing easily. Physical wellness directly attribute to your healthy body, whether you are doing exercise, whether you are eating right food or nutrition, or you are having adequate sleep. So in our life, it's very, very essential to have these 3 important elements incorporated properly. Okay. You don't need to be, like a bodybuilder. You must hit the gym every day, like 2.5, 3 hours. If you're doing it, fantastic, no problem. But if you're busy, if you're having a lot of other appointments, other jobs to handle, at least focus on small goals every day, and start putting some goals to your exercise, nutrition. Choosing the right nutrition is very, very important. Nowadays, with so much offering by every single outlet that you go, restaurants you go, even if you just go to a grocery shop to buy, for one particular item, you have 10 different options. Okay, choosing the right nutrition is also very, very essential. And the last one, which is sleep. I always talk about this. Today's generation, the entire world today is actually going to bed at totally delayed time. That means we are totally deviated from the teachings of our ancestors, or our grandparents, or even our parents. For example, you can remember as a child, you can remember, if you're 30, 40 years right now, when you are a child, what time you used to go to bed? The answer will be usually 8 p.m., 9 p.m., or max 10, right? But today's generation, including you, are actually very late. You are up very late. And that is actually can add a lot of stress to your body. So your physical wellness is one area where you need to focus on with these 3 important points. One is exercise, nutrition, and sleep. And this is the layout that you are going to see throughout all the dimensions. Okay. I hope you can see the slide in full, right? Physical wellness, the practical example I want to give you is like, you need to maintain proper hydration with Amezcua Biodistillery. As you know, Amezcua Biodistillery is meant to structure the water that you drink. So you energize the water first using Amezcua Biodistillery, and you consume the water. You make your hydration a priority while you're doing exercise, while you're doing work, while you are actually, even while you are choosing the nutrition. You can choose organic food, you can choose the right nutrition, and then you can also use the Amezcua Biodistillery water. That means you can wash your fruits and vegetables with Amezcua Biodistillery water. You can also use this water if you're growing plants, if you're growing vegetables in your home, like organic form you have, you have a vegetable farm, use this water to give the best water for the plants. So various areas of your life, you can use Amezcua Biodis 3 to improve your physical wellness. And the practical example number 2, you can participate in a local exercise class. Sometimes it's very difficult for you to, do that 1 hour of walk, 2 hours of walk alone. Or, you go to gym and you don't talk to anybody, just doing your own stuff. You get bored after 1 or 2 sessions. But what if you're doing an exercise with a group, like a sports team? You join a club, you engage yourself as a part of a community, you belong to that community, and you actually start, practicing some kind of a physical activity as a group. It will actually make you more connected. Also, you don't feel bored, and you feel like there is a interest for you to go every single day. Okay, so aim for 30 minutes of moderate exercise daily. This is a minimum, and consume balanced diet with fruits. So you need to have balanced diet with fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains, and strive at least 7 hours of sleep. I know it's very difficult when I talk to our IRs. I'm sure many of you also like questioning, oh, 7 hours of sleep. My upline says only 4 hours is enough. Upline says the presentations need to be done in the night and all this stuff. Yeah, I totally understand. That's why I'm just sharing the concept. 7 hours of sleep is minimum for our body to recharge, so that you become very creative in your mind. If you lack in this hours of sleep, like 7.5 hours is the mandatory, your body requires at least 7.5 hours of sleep according to the sun time. Like previously I mentioned, sun time is actually noon time is actually in your country, the noon time. Okay, it is not at 12 in all the countries. Only at the equator it is 12. In other countries it differs. You can check for noon time in your country. Say if you type noon time in Africa, say it shows 12:30, you have to go to bed maximum by 10:30. So from the time noon, you have 10 hours. After that, you have to sleep. If it is in Malaysia, like 1:30 p.m. is the noon time, I have time until 11:30 to go to bed. So 11:30, you hit the bed, 7.5 hours. You wake up at 7, and then you're good to go. That means your body is fully recharged. It went through all the process that it needs to go through. So physical wellness covers all these aspects. Okay, now we are entering into the second dimension of our wellness, which is emotional wellness. What is emotional wellness? Emotional wellness directly deals with your mental performance. Understanding, expressing, and managing your emotions in a healthy and productive manner. How you carry yourself, what is your emotional intelligence level, how you actually react to any kind of situation. Imagine if tomorrow you're presenting to somebody and suddenly that guy is very negative, that guy is actually coming up with a lot of questions at you with negatively, how you handle it. What is your emotional way that you react to that particular situation is all under emotional wellness. It all comes from experience. It also comes from awareness. Okay, so practical example, wear a cheap pendant 4 like this I'm wearing right now while you're doing any activity that involves focus, concentration. Okay, if you are studying, if you are actually in front of computers, in front of all the gadgets, you need to protect yourself, and also you need that focus, you need that protection from all these environmental stresses. Wear cheap pendant 4 and then do your work. And the other practical example is attend a local group where you can actually seek a therapy and discuss emotional challenges. Never keep the emotional challenges with you. It is not at all healthy just to keeping to yourself. You need to share with somebody. And if it is a like matured group who understands, who empathize with you, total different ball game. You will feel like empowered. You feel like you have a support system that can help you to overcome your emotional challenges. Okay, and the best example is practice mindfulness meditation. There is a difference from yoga to mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation doesn't require any kind of, you can do it anywhere, even while you are flying, you are just sitting there. Close your eyes, just introspect yourself and meditate. Mindfulness is to be aware who you are, where you belong to, what is your purpose of your life, and all this stuff. When you start doing that, a lot of things you can detach yourself, and a lot of things you can get the clarity, and you will get rid of the burden. You literally can shed off all that unwanted stuff that is hanging onto your body, and increase self-awareness. Okay. And use journaling to express emotions and identify the patterns. So how you reacted previously to a particular emotion, if you are aware of it, then if the similar kind of situation happens in future, you know how to handle it and what was the outcome last time. Do you want to change that outcome to a positive outcome? It's all in your hand. So in this aspect of emotional wellness, our Amezcua products helps a lot, especially cheap and for, as well as the BioLight. You can use the BioLight blue light to calm your nerves. You can actually have a fantastic anti-inflammatory effect with the blue color light of Amezcua BioLight, and also you can calm your nerves. The blue light is also helps to induce very good sleep. Now comes to the third dimension of our life, which is intellectual wellness. Many of you guys right now who are joining the session, I'm sure you want to learn something, right? That is the most critical, most important. You need to seek. Okay. You just gather as much information as possible, and you can filter it. What suits you, you can take it, and if it's very difficult concept, you can just leave it, no problem. Give it a try after some time. So engaging in mentally stimulating activities. If you are really listening to me right now, and you are actually introspecting yourself, you're asking yourself whether I am emotionally balancing your wellness. Am I physically balancing my wellness? Am I intellectually balancing my wellness? These are all the areas in our life that we need to think. So mentally stimulating activities, expanding knowledge, and also fostering critical thinking. These are the main parts of intellectual wellness. But in layman's language, how you can easily understand this one. Use chip and four during your study, reading a session, during while book reading or anything, to enhance your focus and concentration. And attend lectures, even TED Talks on YouTube you can watch, attend seminars, attend workshops, whatever topic that you like. If you're an IT guy, you love the gadgets, for example, go for an expo where the brand new gadgets or the different types of next generation technology gadgets are being showcased. Attend, meet people, talk to them, involve in the conversations, share your thoughts, broaden your horizon, stimulate your mind. Don't just sit to one corner and just sit to your computer, but you need to go out and also you expand your knowledge. So with the help of technology today, it's very easy, right? You can take an online course in just, you can easily learn, and you can join a book club, you can solve puzzles. Okay, talking about puzzles, you may think it's just a kid's game, but at the age of 60, if you try to solve puzzles, you are literally activating the dead neuron, dormant neurons in your brain, dormant cells in your brain. You can avoid Alzheimer's, you can avoid Parkinson's, you can delay those things, dementia kind of things. So, always put your brain to a little bit of exercise. Okay, that's all about intellectual wellness. Now coming to the fourth dimension, social wellness. We love to party, isn't it, guys? Yeah. Nurturing and maintaining a healthy relationships, developing a sense of belongingness or connection, contributing to the communities. Very essential, because human being is made a social being. Human being can never stay alone. Human being need a companion. Human being need a society, a community. That is where the satisfaction comes, you will feel very satisfied the moment you know that you belong to a certain community, certain family. You have your companions, you have your kids, you have your parents. This is what gives you a lot of satisfaction. So talking about practical example, okay, share your experience with Amezcua products with your social circles and build connections with like-minded individuals. Okay, I'm sure we have Amezcua official on Instagram, and whenever we run the contest or even a lot of stories we share from different people who are using the Amezcua products. Unbelievable. The way that it changed the people's life is hard, like very emotional. We feel like, wow, it's something that really gives me satisfaction that I'm doing, the product development for this category. I'm actually promoting these products. When I hear stories of people changing their lives, it's really, really good. We all believe that it is actually from the superpower above us. God actually sends or gives us that power to share with the knowledge with other people. Okay, that is a strong belief that comes to the next wellness dimension, which is spiritual wellness. So practical example one, share your stories, share your Amezcua story, okay, with your uh, friends, with your if you have a social circle, share there and connect to like-minded people. Okay, so another practical example, put a potluck dinner with your friends. Very recently, I think a couple of days back, my daughter and son goes to a school, and the school actually uh, asked all the parents, Muslim parents, to come for iftar party, bring food, and we will just have a nice iftar party. See, it was like, usually we don't go to school unless there is a parent-teacher meeting, right? But just because there was a potluck dinner, okay, and we had around 70 families gathered, and we had a fantastic time. So this actually gives a sense of belonging, and it actually strengthens the bond, and it gives you a lot of satisfaction. So attend local meetups, join clubs, volunteer, strengthen social connections, cultivate sense of community. Even for QNet, it's very, very important for you to have a lot of contacts, isn't it? Okay, after your hot signups done, what you will do? But if you actually, your social wellness is very, very good, you are a very social person, you actually, express yourself, you belong to a community or belong to a society, you are very, extrovert person, and you go out, make a lot of new friends, it is fantastic advantage for you to grow your business too, isn't it? Think about it. Now coming to the spiritual wellness, having a sense of purpose and meaningful life, as well as a connection to something greater than ourselves. I strongly believe that Allah is there, a God is there. There is a superpower above us who can create, the entire thing that is happening around the world. I strongly believe in it, and I also believe that, we have to take measures in order to help ourselves. That means don't just leave everything to God. That is also very, very essential. So some people argue that, okay, if you believe in God, why you need to take medicine? Why you need to take biodisc water? Why you need to wear cheap pendant? No, no, no. Very, very important is that we have given the intellectual ability to think, to process, to make decisions. So as a advanced creature created by God, we need to make right choices when it comes to health and wellness. Okay, so we need to be aware of what are the downsides or what are the side effects of modern medicines, pharma medicines. We all know about it, but the problem is how many of us can literally say no to a pill and try something else that can actually help you for a simple fever or a cold. Can you say next time when you fall sick with a cold, I don't want to take medicine. Let me try energized water with the biodis for 10 times and try it for two to 3 days and see how my body reacts. Just try and you will feel the difference. So it's all about you trying that. Okay. So practical example, use cheaper and 4 while meditation or spiritual practices, enhance your connection with yourself, with your inner self, or participate in a local yoga channel, like all these kind of yoga, chi classes, spiritual groups and all, absolutely fine. And set aside a time for reflection. Okay, in almost every religion, there is a prayer time. And we are very, very fortunate that, all those people who still stick to your traditional practices, you find it very, very purposeful. I mean, those things really mean to you a lot, especially when your life gets busier. You take a pause and you just go back and look at all the practices that were actually followed by your parents, and you try to follow a few times, then you'll understand the importance of all those things. you are spending 2 minutes or 10 minutes 5 times a day actually can give you a lot of relief, a lot of how can I say, inner peace. You will have that inner peace, and in this life's journey you are going to get that purpose, why you are here, what is your purpose in this life. That is spiritual wellness. Now coming to occupational wellness, I'm sure you love your job, whatever that you're doing, whether it is networking, whether it is a office job. Okay, you need to have satisfaction in your job, you need to have fulfillment in your work. At the same time, you need to have a work-life balance. This is actually the new term, right? After pandemic, everybody's talking about burnout, everybody's talking about work-life balance. So you need to have flexi hours, you need to have work from home. All these things are happening. Okay. So what you actually can do, some of the practical examples, like say, if you are in front of computers throughout the day, your job demands that you use technology throughout. Wear a cheap pendant, have a biodisk between your device and you in your environment, because these products can harmonize the space. These products are harmonizing the space, and you can protect yourself from the harmful radiation. And also schedule regular breaks throughout the work. Don't just sit there and work. Every 1 hour, get up, go 2-3 minutes walk, have a cup of tea, just chit chat with your peers, your office mates. Just have that break in between, so you don't sit at one place. Just by shifting your place, physically you're moving to one place to another, you can get a different perspective. Your mental clarity will change, your thinking process can change. Okay, so set achievable work goals. Okay, you will have professional development opportunities, so pursue it. So even though I have post graduation in human clinical trials, I recently completed my MBA also from our own university, QIU, Quest International University. I am presenting my thesis papers recently. So there is no stop for learning. We are constantly learning individuals, right? We are basically learning every single day. Maybe listening to me right now, some of you are learning something. Okay, so it's all the opportunities that we have to create our own self. We need to create the opportunities our own self, and establish boundaries to protect personal time. Don't be 100% dedicate yourself to work, then you ignore your family. You need to balance both work and your personal life. And to environmental wellness, the next one, where living a healthy and sustainable environment, and also you need to be mindful of the impact of the planet. Okay, what kind of impact that you are going to give to this planet, also very, very important. Don't just indulge yourself in the acts where you are spoiling the earth or spoiling the environment. Okay, you need to have some kind of awareness about our environment. Okay, so what are the practical examples? Use Amezcua products to improve your personal well-being, and also consider environment friendly features. For example, we are talking about a lot of energizing water. So when you energize the water, you also give to plants, you also give to your pets. Okay, and we also talk about, while we are talking about water, what kind of containers that we should be using. Then the answer comes, it's better to use glass than the plastic. Single-use plastic is a no. So we are talking about all these concepts, so you have some kind of a responsibility towards your environment. Don't just dump the plastic into the environment and spoil it. So biodegradable, you will have that kind, you will have conservative, how to protect the or prevent the wastage of water, all these things. And practical example too, plant a garden or participate in a community cleanup. And when you especially go for plantation or community cleanups, you will really get that satisfaction, and you connect yourself with the environment. That is very, very important for you to feel the nature, appreciate the beauty of the nature. So when next time when you walk, if you're actually going to gym and exercising, just take a break tomorrow and go to just a park, nearby park, where it is green, where it is nature, and walk barefoot on the grass and just look at the nature, appreciate everything that you see. A plant, a tree, even it's a building or a nice landscape. the kind of connectivity that you will get with the nature is something amazing. Okay, so implement recycling habits and more energy efficient appliances. Spend some time outdoors connecting with the nature. So these are the activities. Especially I like the train journeys, especially when I travel by train. I prefer to be at window seat and disconnect. I have no headphones, no watching movie, because nowadays in the train also it's like first class. You will have every single facility there. You can watch movies, you have every single facility. But I prefer to be like watching just outside and introspect and just appreciate everything that you are looking at. It's beautiful, isn't it? Now coming to the last and final, very, very essential, and majority of you would like this one: financial wellness. Managing finances effectively, achieving that financial stability, which ultimately gives you time freedom, and also making informed financial decisions. Okay, so imagine right now all the participants in this Zoom session will be awarded 1 million rupees of, or 1 million ringgit, or $1 million credited into your account. Does it solve majority of your financial problems? The answer will be majority of the times it will be yes. Okay, that means majority of our problems today are actually having connection with the finances. Okay, once that part is taken care, wow, you feel like, oh my God, right now I have got a lot of purpose in my life. I can focus on a lot of other dimensions in my life. So many people stuck at financial wellness, because financial wellness, understanding of financial wellness is also very, very essential. Okay, for example, okay, I'm sure you joined QNet and you are understood the concept of network marketing or entrepreneurship, or you are literally you are pitching the business in a right ethical way, and you are building a very positive distributorship, or the community, or we call it as team, and it is growing phenomenally, and you get time freedom. Along with financial freedom, you also get time freedom. Now you can spend more time with your family. Now you will have time to travel various parts of the world to appreciate the beauty of the world. Okay, and at the same time invest in products also. Like if you invest a few dollars in biodis cheapenant and BioLite, the amount of benefits that these products are giving it to you can potentially save a lot of future healthy costs. Like for example, I'm talking about people, the moment you go to hospital, the amount of bills that you keep on piling up. Of course insurance is there, but it's actually not going to help a lot when it's terminally ill, when you have difficult a lot of diseases at the same time. But what if, forget about even having the thought of going to hospital or getting admitting yourself there. You don't want to do that. Okay, that is the aim. You don't want to fall sick and go to hospital and admit yourself in the bed. Okay, unless it is an emergency like accident and all, it's a different story. But with the disease, you don't want to go. Okay, so you are investing that in Amezcua products, and then you're using these products religiously, and then you will find the true value. Okay, you're feeling much better in terms of energy levels. You will have fantastic immune system. You will have all those benefits that we're talking about in terms of wellness. Wow, isn't it a positive investment? Is actually a fantastic smart investment. Yes. Okay, and also if you want to consult a financial planner, also personal financing workshops is very, very important. How to manage your money itself is very, very important. Create a monthly budget, set financial goals, establish emergency fund. Yeah, and very recently I somewhere watched something, like a Netflix documentary, if I'm not mistaken, about money. It's very good how you can divide your money into various, like this, emergency fund, your essentials, and your savings and all this stuff. Okay, so having an understanding about financial wellness is also very, very critical. So guys, we have completed 8 dimensions of our wellness, but here is the very, very important thing. All these 8 dimensions, when you hear it individually, they look very powerful, isn't it? Every single thing. Look at physical. Yeah, on its own, it's very, very important. You can understand much better. Emotional, you can understand in its own. Like when you're talking about only emotional, you can relate very well with your emotions, with your stress and all this stuff. But these dimensions are interconnected, meaning each dimension impact the other one, and it contributes to overall well-being. Imagine one dimension is not doing well. For example, financially, you have a lot of challenges. Because of this challenge, because of this one dimension not in balance, you're not eating properly, you're not sleeping properly. It affects your physical dimension. You are showing your anger on your family members, on your friends. You're detaching yourself from your community, your society. Your emotional wellness gone, so social wellness gone. Okay, you are avoiding your spiritual practices just because you think that God is not favoring me, or he's not kind to me, or whatever. Because of one dimension, you are affecting all other dimensions, and overall your wellness is gone for a toss. Addressing all dimensions can lead to a more fulfilling life. Am I making sense, guys? Whatever that I'm sharing, I'm sure you are able to look at your life a different angle from now, right? Because one can affect the other one. So what kind of impact that you had because of financial dimension affecting you, where you are affecting or where you are carrying this particular impact and showing in different places. Okay, so when you go back from the Zoom back to home, you will not be shouting at your kids, but yesterday you shouted because you're carrying the stress from your workplace to your home. But maybe today you understood that you should not be doing that. Maybe you are very calm, composed. You actually talk with your kids with care, with love, play with them, show some affection. Wow, there is a fulfillment. So Amezcua products are providing support in all these various dimensions of wellness. Okay, in some of them maybe very little, like financial, maybe very little, but also in others very profound, like physical, emotional, and intellectual, and other areas. But in every single aspect, Amezcua can play a role. So how to improve our wellness from today onwards? So now you learned about 8 dimensions, right? What is the next step that you should be doing it? What is my immediate next step? So assess yourself, self-assessment with reflection. You can journal. You can also do some questionnaires. You can download some wellness questionnaires and go through and check which dimension you're having, currently the most troubling dimension. What is it? How you can actually improve it. To improve, set SMART goals. SMART, basically, if you know SMART, 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 specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Any goal that you put should be having these 5 important key elements. So for example, you are very weak at exercise. Okay, so we are not talking about you hitting the gym for 2.5 3 hours, but just start off with plan with few steps every day, like 3,000 steps every day minimum. Then you should have a goal to increase your steps to 10,000 steps within 3 months. So slowly increase, like instead of going to the canteen in your office, you go to canteen which is 1 kilometer away from your office, say, for example. Okay, instead of you driving to nearby grocery store, walk to your nearest grocery store and get your stuff. So all these kind of things, you can park your car when you go to a busiest mall. You're just rotating in the car for somebody leaves, then only you can park and all this stuff. Why don't you park a little bit far away and just walk a few steps to the mall? You can actually have your goal also covered, right? So develop, after you assess yourself, after you set goals, develop a personalized wellness plan. What is your goals? Create action plans and establish timelines. In 3 months time, you want to actually address this particular dimension, whether it is intellectual dimension, whether it is financial dimension, your social dimension. You need to know where you are weak. Then you can go out and seek support in your wellness journey and connect with the people who are using Amezcua products, how you can actually maximize the usage. Attending these kind of seminars, attending, IG live sessions, you can actually talk to the people who have success stories, how you can maximize the use of Amezcua products in your life. You can try and get more exposure. So connect with others using Amezcua products for their experience, tips, and encouragement. And also form some walking groups, these are the examples, and colleagues, and you can actually have a motivational session, talks, sharing, and all this stuff. Okay. So with this, we come to an end. I would like to take any questions that you have on this topic or any other, like even if you have some product related questions, also fine. But just to recap, we have today in this session, we went through 8 dimensions of wellness that will contribute a very meaningful, fulfilling, such kind of a feeling to our life. Yeah. And how Amezcua products can actually add value, okay, in all these dimensions. Okay. With this, thank you so much for listening to me all this while. I'm going to stop right now and I'm going to ask everyone, any one of you want to ask me any questions, you can actually raise your hand. And some of them is also typing the questions. Okay. Yeah. We have Perry Hussein asking, hi, Dr. Shafi, with headaches and migraines, where do you place the BioLite? In the previous sessions, I have mentioned several times, if you have migraines, okay, the best method to follow or try is energize the water, Amezcua biodisc water. That means you can pour the water multiple times on the disc, at least 10 times. Take that into a steamer, like an electronic steamer, like that. Boil it. When the steam comes out, you inhale it. See, headaches or migraines are nothing but our oxygen levels in the brain tissue is evaporated or reduced. You need to pump oxygen to your brain. Okay. And when you take this steam from biodisc energized water, it contains a lot of oxygen and it enters into your lungs. From lungs, it goes into the bloodstream, and from bloodstream, it goes to your brain. So you can feel after a couple of sessions, you will find that your headache has been reduced. You can actually feel that you are very well managing your migraine levels. Okay. Lovely. So I'll go back to Grace right now. Grace, if you don't mind, can you also open your camera? We can see your beautiful face. Hi, Grace. How are you?
I'm all right.
And where are you from, Grace? Please introduce yourself.
I'm Grace from Uganda.
Hi, Grace. I love, you're in Kampala right now.
Yes, I'm in Kampala.
I miss this place. I love Kampala a lot. Yeah, please, Grace,
Yes.
tell me your question.
My question is, my body's broke accidentally. I'm yet planning for a replacement.
Yeah, okay. Accidentally it is fallen. Are you not using the shield along with it? You need to always use the shield that we provided. Okay, now if it is accidentally broken, if it is chipped at the corner, you still can use it as if it's a new biodisc. Like, it doesn't matter. If it is chipped at the corner, no problem. Okay, if it is broken into 2 or 3 big pieces, then you have one option. You can bring them back closer. Do not glue in between. Never put the glue in between the biodisc parts, okay, the broken pieces. You just need to bring it back closer. And if you know vacuum packing with a plastic wrap, you can actually do that. Okay, or lamination. If you are aware of lamination, you can put 2 plastic and heat it up from the corners. You are not attaching the glue in between, but you are actually bringing the 3 pieces closer and you vacuum. But you should not run the water on top of it. You can use it as a glass coaster. You can only use that product as a glass coaster. Because it is broken, you still can use it to structure the water. Okay. So Grace, I answered your question. If there is broken biodisc, you have, these are the options. Chipped one, no need to worry. You can simply use it as it is. Make sure that there is no sharp parts around it. Okay. So those who want to ask questions, guys. Okay. By the way, how was the session, today's session? It is not at all on product. So I just want you to take some feedback. This is very, very essential for your overall understanding about your wellness. Okay. You can leave your feedback in the comments. Okay. You can also, like if you want to give some suggestions, you can also give. So any questions? Yeah, Grace, I already answered your question. Please add any further that clarification that is required.
Sorry, there's a network challenge here, but I was asking that I'm planning for a replacement, but for the meantime, I wanted to know what are the side effects, because my body already adjusted to structured water. Now that I'm not drinking structured water constantly, what are the side effects? And is my body able to take the unstructured water and make my body hydrated? Because I'm yet planning for a replacement.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, it is simple. When you stop using drinking structured water, it is similar to you are going to gym for 1 month and then you are stopping. When you go to gym, you are exercising, you're very energetic, very active, right? But when you stop it, that excitement, that energy levels will last for a week or few days. And then you go back to your lethargic mode. Okay. So right now in your body, you have structured water, which you are consuming for several months or several years. Now you stop it. Your body has the ability to carry the same energy of how you feel when you're drinking energy water for a couple of weeks or maybe a month maximum. After that, it will start going back to its, you can say that low stage. Okay. So you need to get your biodisk within a month. You have 1 month time or a couple of weeks, say. Okay. So Grace, that is your answer for your question. Okay. Before you get your replacement, you are still fine for a couple of weeks. Thank you. Let me take the next question from Arthur. Okay. I'm giving access for Arthur to unmute your microphone and introduce yourself and ask the question.
Okay, doctor, please, thank you.
You are from which country?
I'm from Ghana.
Ghana. Okay, please go ahead, Arthur. What was your question?
All right, I have a prospect who has an issue with acid reflux. So my question is, how can I use the Biodex to help him with his situation?
There are a lot of people today have this acid reflux problem. Okay, basically it is mainly because of the diet that you are putting into your body. Okay, many of our food today that we are eating is fast food. Number one is fast food, ready-made food, frozen food with high amount of salts and a lot of preservatives. When you consume these kind of foods, and on top of it you drink less water and you drink more of soda. I don't know, when I say soda, what you actually picturize in your mind. It is like Pepsi, Coke, Fanta, 7-Ups, all these things, right? And I see a lot of people who goes to, Carrefour shopping or, a lot of grocery, this hypermarket shoppings. They carry 1.5 liters of this one, like 4 or 5 in their, cart. I will be wondering, like, just looking at it is like, oh, do they even know what actually it contains? These soft drinks or these sodas, they contain sugar in very, very high quantity. Number two, it has got carbon dioxide. Inside the water is carbon dioxide, which is very, very acidic. So your food is adding acidic compounds to your body, and your drink also adding acidic compounds. And if you have some habits like social drinking, you understand mango juices. I'm giving the word mango juices refers to all the evening drinks. Okay, the hot drinks and all this stuff. If you have the habit of drinking those, even worse. So you should not be actually having all of those things in your life. Then you are basically adding a lot of acidic compounds. So Arthur, to get rid of all your acidic compounds in your body which are causing acid reflux, number one, energize the water on the biodisk at least 6 times. If you guys are still don't know what is 6 times, 3 times and all, I can share a small link which will explain to you what is this charging basically means. Is that fine if I share a small clip with you guys? Yeah, I'll just put the link in the chat. It is nothing but just sharing supercharging, how to supercharge. Okay, a simple way how to supercharge, and just copying the link and putting it into the chat. This one can be practiced, and it depends on how many number of times you are going to I'm going to share with everybody. Okay, one sec. So you are going to pour the water from one jug to other jug where the biodisc is kept into a strainer, okay, like a juice strainer, okay, and then you pour it one vessel or one jug to other jug, one time, two time, three times, like that. So the number of times you repeat is number of times it is charged. So when somebody is having acid reflux, 6 times charged water is very, very powerful. Can drink at least 4 to 5 liters. 4 to 5 liters is very, very important. And eat more green leaves, more vegetables, more fruits, and more fiber content to address the issue. So it will be fine. Now, Samuel, I'm going to give you, Samuel, you need to introduce yourself, where you're from, and then ask your question, please. I have already given you access to unmute, Samuel. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Yes. I can hear you.
My name is Samuel. I'm from Ghana.
Lovely.
Okay. My question is, I would like to know if the biodix and then the energized water will be helpful for someone who was born with obesity.
Okay, basically, our energy products are not going to reduce the obesity of the person, but our scientific study on the biodisc on a group of people showed that it will reduce the bad cholesterol in the body. The amount of bad cholesterol in the body, the ratio will reduce over a period of 1 month time. It's a clinical research that was conducted on the human subjects for 1 month who are consuming the water. So drinking the structured water in a proper quantity, minimum, I can say minimum 3 to 4 liters every day if you consume, the ratio of the cholesterol within your body will be balanced. Okay. If you are very high, it may drop to medium level, may not be normal level, be medium level. So obesity has various reasons. You need to address whether it is genetic, whether it has got anything to do with, the epigenetics and all this stuff. So one of the way that you can help is by adding structured water, minimum 3 to 4 liters to your life every single day. And of course, following all other like exercise, like proper awareness about what you're eating, your sleeping habits, your stress, managing your stress and everything. But directly, if you ask me, biodisc is not going to address obesity. Sorry, I don't want to give you any kind of guarantee that it will address the obesity issue. But we do have clinical studies that suggests it will help reduce the bad cholesterol. Okay. I hope
Okay,
I answered
thank
your question,
you.
Samuel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
My second.
Sorry, you have a second question, Churchill. Okay, go ahead. Please unmute one more time. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. My second question is, I have a prospect who is suffering from mild stroke.
Hello, can you please repeat? Your voice is breaking. What was the condition?
Yes, so I want to know the time the person can wait for eating. The condition is the person is suffering from a mild stroke.
Mild stroke. Okay. If you have a brain stroke, okay, whether it's mild or severe, first 3 months is very, very crucial. You need to give BioLite, you need to give BioWater, you need to keep the biodisc with the person. You can energize all the medications, all the possible modalities or therapies with the biodisc and BioLite can be done with the but within the first 3 months of the onset of mild stroke. Okay, Samuel, if you do it, the recovery will be fantastic. You can actually have a very good recovery from the condition if you start early. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, let me quickly go to Zorkafili, is it? Yep. Unmute and ask, please. Thank you. Please unmute your mic. Perfect. I can see a lot of people in the room. Where are you guys from? Hello. Don't feel shy. Please unmute your microphone and talk. We can't hear you. No. Unfortunately, cannot hear you. Kampala, Uganda. Okay. Just unmute your microphone, and if you can ask, will be fantastic. Otherwise, I may have to go to Jonathan, who is waiting next. Okay, we only have 3 minutes left, guys. So before you sort out, let me quickly give option to Jonathan to unmute. Yep, Jonathan, you can unmute yourself and you can ask quickly.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria, sir.
Lovely, lovely. Which part of Nigeria? Is it Lagos?
Abuja, sir.
Abuja. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Please go ahead with the question.
Sir, I have a prospect that have an issue of cancer, and I don't know if either BioLite and BioDisc can be of support to him. So I want to really know, sir.
Okay. Basically, we never claim any cure for cancer or any kind of medical diseases with our products. The whole purpose of this particular session is to say that our products are wellness products. Our products are not medical products. Our products are not pharma products. Correct? Number one. But look at what happens in a cancer case. When a person is diagnosed with cancer, he will be put on radiotherapy or chemotherapy, right? These medications or these therapies are so poisonous, are powerful, that they go and kill the cancer cells. But it doesn't stop there. It also, this medication or this radiotherapy also weakens the healthy cells. There are healthy cells in our body. There are also cancer cells in the cancer person's body, right? The cancer cells will be killed, but healthy cells also lose its energy. But if you advise the person before going to chemotherapy, start drinking 10 times charged water, carry the biodisc with you, and shine light maybe 1 or 2 times a day in the main center of your head, which is the crown chakra. Okay, what happens is, while the cancer cells are being destroyed by the very heavy doses of chemotherapy or radiation therapy, your healthy cells can retain its energy. They may hold on while other things are being destroyed. Okay, that is the quality of life. Many people, if you have observed it, chemotherapy, their hair will be lost. Their entire stomach lining is burning from inside. They don't have appetite. They cannot eat. They always have the sensation of nausea, vomiting. But if you start biodisc water, if you use all our energy products, I can assure you that quality of life of the person will improve. But cancer is not in our hands, because already in advanced stages only we are diagnosed with cancer. By the time the cancer is actually multiplying uncontrollably, you cannot actually control the way that is spreading. Yeah, it is very difficult to manage the condition. Okay, Jonathan, I hope I answered your question. Quality of life can be improved. You can give them the assurance for the quality of life, but not for the cancer. We are not here in the cure business. Very clear, guys. Okay, thank you so much. Very unfortunately, the time is already 7, guys. I mean, Malaysia time is already 7. I have to rush. But anyway, those questions which are not answered, I will have, please try to join my session 10-15 minutes before. Okay, especially if you have questions, you try to join the session a little bit before. I can able to answer you anything that you have. Okay, but otherwise, I wish all the best to all the listeners today. And I hope you take back the message, right? It's very important is go back and introspect where you stand in this 8 dimensions of wellness. which are your weakest one. Please share. Okay, I have my own Instagram. We are also on Amezcua official. If you are aware of it, Amezcua official is our Instagram profile where we do a lot of sharing, lot of posts are being put up. You can share your story. You can always ask any questions that you have there. Okay, thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Until next time, until next Thursday, take care, guys. Bye-bye.